It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So, last we left off, Bell's Hells, after a rather chaotic information-gathering mission to the Red Moon of Ill-Omen Ruins. You had traversed deep beneath its crust into the alien city of Crevirus, and with the help of the Volition, which is the resistance against the terrors that currently oversee that locale, you found information, you left some chaos, and in the escape lost a friend. Through heroic sacrifice, Fresh-cut grass is no more. Gathering what pieces you can, and making a tenuous alliance with Liliana, one of the high members of the Ruby Vanguard and mother of Imogen, you returned. Returned to Exandria. Keyleth arrived, bringing with her a friend you hadn't seen in some time, Dorian Storm, who had undergone his own challenges as of late, walking here alone, having lost a brother, and had to leave behind other friends. Here you were conveying information of what you had discovered, and given a place to rest for the night, exhausted, you all reunited, shared a bit about what had happened, what you're thinking, what you still haven't processed yet, and shared drinks in the honor of those that are no longer with you.
I'm gonna, I assume everyone's crashing?
Yeah.
I'm still pretty injured.
Yeah, me
Oh
too.
God, yeah.
Right.
Let's,
Everything hurts.
oh, yeah. It's gonna be a couple days before I feel right. Yeah, I'm gonna...
What is it?
No, I'm just, it just hurts, that's all.
I'm gonna go over to Ash, and I'm just gonna give you a big hug. I'm sorry.
If you feel half as bad as I feel. Yeah, I think it's time to go to sleep. And I'm gonna head outside.
Dorian,
Yes.
I'm glad you're back.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be back. I wish it was under better tidings.
Yeah.
Perhaps a rest sounds right. Is he all right? Pointing up to Ashton, where he just went to bed.
No.
Whoever is, but he was with FCG the longest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably knowing the best.
I think what's worse is Ashton talked many a times about how he feared something like this would happen from FCG, that they would sacrifice themselves in some way, shape, or form. What's harder, expecting the worst or being surprised?
I'm gonna go up to where Ashton is.
Hey, God, I'm really shit at this.
Are you okay?
I mean, no, are you?
No, of course not.
I want you to know I've been meaning to talk to you about this, and it's just the timing has always been wrong, and it's always, we've just been going so crazily, and I think that that's never going to change. Nothing beyond, do you want some company tonight?
Oh.
Just nothing. Just I don't know.
If I may,
Yeah.
I would love some company, but can we just hold on to each other?
Oh, everything hurts. That's honestly what I was really, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm really bad at this. I don't really, I'm really bad at this. I'm sure you've noticed.
Bad at what? I don't really know what you're getting at.
Getting at things.
Oh.
It makes me nervous. Yes, that's exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
I think I just want a long hug. And then fall asleep.
Yeah, I think I want to fall asleep with someone and then wake up with them. Sounds really nice.
Okay, I'll try to stay.
If you don't,
But
that's
I might
cool.
get a little skittish. I may wake up earlier than you. I don't know. I don't.
That's very likely.
I don't know why this is making me weird. Let's just go to sleep.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So the rest of you find your respective beds, sharing those who wish, until eventually the exhaustion takes over and you all go into a long, thoughtful, till immediately passing out rest.
I'm just holding on to them from the back and just kind of my head and the nape of Ashton's neck.
As you kind of lay there, your eyes kind of flittering open, and that kind of vastly on the lens, fuzzy, like uncertain if conscious or not feeling kind of pushes through your blurry blinks. You see something skittering on your left shoulder. As you glance over and begin to focus, you see this tiny, fuzzy, gray sugar glider-like creature with these kind of like dark eyes and these long kind of ears that go into these little poofs at the edges as its arms kind of curled up on your shoulder, and it's kind of...
Hello. Can you understand me? I'm unsure.
It skitters off your shoulder.
I'll follow it.
Okay, so you carefully and gingerly begin to pull yourself away from the
I know
big
how to get out
spook
of bed
position.
really quietly.
That's true. As you step away from the larger cot that you were sharing, looking upon the spread of all your sleeping friends here, the dark of night beyond the tent, you see the tiny creature like skitter beyond and kind of stop just beyond and look back at you and go,
Why are you going so fast?
All right, I'm just trying to clop really quietly.
Fearne.
What? Oh,
Are you
sorry.
okay?
Yeah. Just I'm just going for a little walk. It's fine. Go back to sleep. It's fine.
Okay.
I love you, buddy. Bye.
no one seems to pay much mind to you exiting. You're within the walls. And you can see the sugar glider kind of like dart from tent side to tent side to tent side, heading towards what would be probably the southwestern side of the interior. And you see the little sugar glider kind of clambers down to what looks to be a hole in the wall, like a small crack, and kind of turns around the edge, looks at you and goes, and squeezes down into the hole through the wall.
I'm gonna. I know this is like a weird thing to wild shape into right now, but I really think it'll be cute. I want to wild shape into a cockatiel with a peach plume.
Wow.
Okay.
I love it.
But I'm not gonna fly. I'm just gonna.
Tick, tick, tick. Like, like
Do the
the,
waddle.
Yes.
like where they have the smacky feet. Yes.
You watch as Fearne shrinks down to a tiny little bird and begins to like walk through the base of the wall.
Hilarious. I'm gonna keep back. I don't want to interrupt what she's doing, but I am gonna trail.
Okay.
But I don't want to interrupt the cockatoo.
You hear that, and you look up and you can see one of the nearby kind of leafless trees that hangs up. The sugar glider has climbed up on one of the branches, sees you, and then leaps off the branch, Just continues to glide south, kind of cruising across the dust.
Where are we going? I just realized I don't. This is a little far. You're just so cute. Okay, I'll keep going.
Eventually the creature, stops, and as you approach, turns and kind of leaps into the air, and then just stays there. It just kind of stays floating in the air.
Uh-oh. What's... Alright, I'm just gonna float.
Okay.
And just try to look and see what he's on.
As the creature kind of sits there in the middle of the air, you watch as a shape begins to shimmer and emerge from nothing. You see a dark armored gauntlet kind of pet it as the shoulder pauldron itself begins to reveal
Oh no.
across what you can tell to be a familiar suit of heavy dark fey armor. You see a pale figure with dark hair begin to emerge from illusory invisibility as the Sorrow Lord Zathuda seems to be now standing amongst this open space.
So difficult to converse in this form, I'd say.
I just pretend I'm a bird. And I just keep flying around.
You panic flap?
I panic flap.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna settle on the ground and just look up at him, and I'm gonna drop my wild shape.
The Sorrow Lord looks to you.
It would seem Otahan is fallen. I smell her rune upon your person. The smoke and soot of retribution still lingers. Well done.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you officially, my daughter.
What do you want?
I sense you walk with a secret fire, the flames churning within, eager to consume in an endless inferno. Something not of my make, something more ancient. Slow to rise, but rise you do. My impatience remains my truest failing. But I'm proud to see what you're becoming.
Why?
Because I feared that I had failed in creating something worthy of my bloodline. Ludinus has long belittled my contributions to the cause, with my failure in you. Such strong court blood should have produced a rude born heir greater than a simple farm girl. These words. But perhaps you are just yet to find your potential. To unlock it. Perhaps indeed my kin can still be the one to pass the hollowed cage and awaken it.
What does that mean?
I apologize, Fearne. My absence as a father through your life might be the cause of your stunted ascendance, and I intend to correct that mistake at this 11th hour.
I don't need you to do anything. I don't even know you.
I want you to come with me.
Where?
To learn. To be taught. To show Ludinus and every other brainless individual that they don't understand the power that we hold, that the Zathuda bloodline contains.
I can't leave my friends. I can't, but, you know, I do want to say, since you haven't been around, I think to make it up to me, you should give me your mount. And then maybe I'll think about coming with you.
Yeah, Daddy, I want a pony.
I really just want a pony.
I appreciate your ambition.
Let me just make sure I'm getting this correctly. You are not in league with Ludinus?
Don't misunderstand. We've been in a long-term alliance. But priorities change. And I see opportunity.
I have made a family for myself. And I love and I care for them a great deal. And I don't want to leave them. But I'm kind of into what you're putting down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But I can't go anywhere with you. I barely know you. How do I know you're not... I don't know. Gonna do something bad.
Fearne, Zathuda. It is in our nature to do bad things.
It's Calloway.
Unfortunately, there isn't much time, given the pace of events as of late. He glances up in the direction of Ruidus. But lessons need not be voluntary. Maybe it's important for you to face your own demons before we can truly break through. He kind of reaches into his cloak and pulls forth this wicked-looking black iron mirror, this like hand mirror with a handle on each side. And he just kind of pulls it from the shadow and holds it out towards you. And you look in the reflection and you see...
When he pulls out the mirror, I'm going to cast Scorching Rays.
Scorching rays at the
Because I'm
mirror?
going to try to, at the mirror. I don't want to look at it.
The flames hit and impact in the front of the mirror as they kind of filter out, the final one kind of burning away to no impact on the mirror's surface. But as you kind of looking towards it, you see yourself kind of arms out of the opposite side as it smiles. And once glanced in a reflection not too long ago, you see a shadowed Fearne begin to climb her way out of the glass before stepping onto the ground.
How do you do this? How do you do this?
As she pulls, she sees as she emerges, her leg is the last piece that seems to be almost connected to the glass. As she tugs herself free with that final kick, the mirror shatters behind her leg as the iron drops on the ground. As Zathuda just laughs and vanishes from sight.
What?
You see the dark Fearne kind of standing there. She just stands up.
She's like out. She's out. She's out in the wild.
We have Mega Friend.
Yeah. Well. Oh my God.
We should have talked a long time ago.
My gods, you're beautiful.
Speak for yourself.
What do you want?
What anyone wants from my realm.
Oh no.
to take your place.
No.
Who's real? What?
She wants to
swap.
Where's she from?
Shit.
Her neck kind of like cracks a little on one side, and you see the shadow beneath her begin to stretch out in 3 different points.
Oh no! Where did it get?
As 3 other kind of shadow ferns, reflections of her from shattered parts of the mirror, begin to also form around. Then in unison, they all kind of laugh.
Shit.
On the side, Orem pulls out the sending stone and whispers, Dorian, wake up, Dorian. Fearne and I outside the city, about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Full on yelling at everyone to wake up.
Why? What?
Wake up!
What? Why are you yelling?
This hasn't worked in months. I've got a message. Orem's in trouble. He said 10 minutes outside of camp.
It's called a nightmare. Just
Where the fuck is Fearne?
Wake up! No, wake up!
I'm getting my shit.
Wait, what?
He said when, how far away it was, but he didn't say where. That's how I know something's wrong. We've got to find them. Can you track them? Smell them? I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Just let me get my clothes on for a second. Oh.
No, stay naked. You're gonna transform anyway.
While this has happened, this has been quite a few minutes of their ending. So we come back to this point in time as this shadow fern and the odd refractions, the dark refractions kind of all begin to slowly circle around you.
I'm going to cast Earthbind on the main one.
Earthbind on the main one. Alrighty. You begin to cast your spell, Orem. You do have the moment of initiative here as you're top of initiative order as you begin to cast your Earthbind.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking run out. I'm gonna run straight out.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will use my action to move further.
Okay.
I will stop here. I will run under her legs, slide her back, bait and switch.
Bait and switch.
And you
Orb
get
just tumbles beneath your legs and pushes you back into a defensive position.
You get an extra 4 AC to you.
That'll help. You get your
I'm
AC.
so glad you're here.
AC goes up by 4.
Okay.
Followed an animal, huh?
The mirror Fearne that had come through. You waste your gifts, Fearne. She is then immediately going to and dart forward.
I don't like her.
Around to this space.
Oh, creep.
And is going to go ahead and unleash onto you 2 Shadow Claw attacks.
Okay.
7 points of cold damage as the claw kind of strikes across you.
It's cold damage?
It is.
So.
Oh.
Because I had a fun time with the Dread Captain.
Mm-hmm.
You can use a reaction to become resistant to cold damage until the end of the turn.
So that reduces it to 3 points of cold damage.
All right.
As well as 3 points of psychic damage from it. Second attack is going to be a natural 20.
Holy cow.
As that one sweeps up there, the other ones are going to...
Holy crap.
All the other ones full on swarm you from those 4 corners. They all have you flanked, so the rest of them get advantage on their attacks.
Whoa!
As they're all just striking and scraping through, you're dodging, your armor's catching some of it scratching your back, and you hear Fearne screech in pain. And as the ones around finish after the attack start cackling.
Okay, so bonus action, bait and switch, and I slide our positions around and give you an additional 3 points at the start of my next turn.
Okay.
An
Could be 10.
An additional
3 AC.
I am going to think, Grandma Mori, your granddaughter is in trouble. Her father is here, and we have no time. And I start swinging.
Striking with each hit, you carve into it. You see where the flesh cuts. There's a brief, looks like a reflection of a light behind it, almost like the mirror itself is reflecting within the wound before it kind of closes and gets bloodied with black within.
Okay. I am going to activate the spark of Roshan.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
You just ignite around you. The air itself seems to burn and steam as you take on the elemental form within.
My bonus action, I am going to pop out Mister.
You see him screech out and looking at the other various dark ferns around. Looking very unhappy. Finishing your go, the shadow ferns themselves kind of chuckling in unison, this weird kind of just slightly offset around you. This one shifts from this side here
it gets its voice thief sneak attack on you. So that means it's going to go ahead and do 6 points cold damage plus 2 points of psychic damage, plus an additional 19 points of sneak attack damage to you.
You okay?
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Natural 1. Okay. So but the first strike misses. The second one, when it strikes you, she doesn't go for your chest. Her grasp goes around your neck and carves across the front of your throat. The cold feeling, there's no blood, there's no scar. You see a splash of dark, but there's no blood. And then as you go to try and your voice is gone. You cannot cast any spells with verbal components.
You can't cast any spells?
With verbal component.
Which is all of them.
It's happening already!
These three are going to now continue to kind of swarm around you. First one goes strike for you twice, and it just can't quite figure out what part of the flames to go for in your current form. The one across the way there, that's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
No.
But it does take fire damage.
Okay.
And then the last one is going to attack you twice. Natural 20.
Oh, God!
What's happening, gang?
That's gonna. This is a shitty roll.
Yeah.
You take 8 points of cold damage. You see, as they're striking you, they're chuckling as they're just swarming you like a feeding frenzy of terrifying hunters. They're just ripping and tearing through you in flames and elements of strange kind of dark fire tendrils. What would be blood, but now almost look like volcanic melted rock kind of splash out in directions before they cool. And as they pull back, their fingers are searing, and you see them kind of mixed from the pain, but still kind of fully immersed in the pleasure of the hunt. Orem, you're watching them just go to town on your flaming friend here. That finishes their go. Orem, you're up.
Bait and switch. Give me a good roll. 7 plus 7 to your AC.
7 to my AC?
I will attack that one in the lead. That is an 18.
18 hits.
That's 10 points of damage. Natural 20.
Oh, baby!
Yes.
Yeah.
It will use its reaction to use Slippery Dash.
Yep.
So now it can use its reaction to move at speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
That's all I got. I'm just holding my ground, protecting Fearne.
Okay, Fearne, you're up.
Mister's gonna take some shots. That's what I'm gonna start with.
Shots.
Shots.
6 points of damage.
6 points of
Whatever
fire
fire
damage.
damage.
Show up.
All right.
And I'm going to. That's what I got left, guys. I'm gonna deactivate the spark of. Where's Orem?
Right
next to you.
Shit.
Oh, because it goes boom boom?
It goes boom boom.
Nuke your friends to
You
save
gotta
yourself.
start feeding him breakfast.
Okay. All right.
He's grumpy.
I'm gonna. Well, I can't talk right now. I'm gonna deactivate.
You're why do you
have to say it like that?
No, I'm just confirming.
Bloodlust in his eyes.
I'm just confirming.
The excitement.
I know, he was so
Terrible
excited.
poker face.
He's excited. Okay, wait. Deactivate your form.
He's barely containing.
I'm gonna do it.
Are you doing it? Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
So, as you revert back to your form and kind of step back onto your hooves, the heat emerging around you in waves, you see as two of the like shadow fragment ferns cackling and themselves just shatter out.
Okay, so
into-
two of them.
Okay.
Both of these look very hurt.
They're very hurt.
All right.
So they do not get their advantage in the attacks, but they're both going to take 2 void dart strikes at you as they send up their hands begin to crackle with dark black purple energy, and they just laughing into the air as they throw them at you. The central one up there on the far end is going to go ahead and roll. That's going to be 22 to hit.
Fuck.
You have my 6, right?
No. Oh, it's a +6.
This time.
Because I have a 24
plus
right
7.
now. It's
All
+7.
right.
It's +7.
It's +7.
Second attack is going to be
Wow.
Yeah.
20 to hit. They both managed to just go wide. Over here has 2 void darts.
Knocking away the motherfucking halfling shield.
That's going to be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
Roll low.
Do you have a reaction?
Roll low.
I know.
so-
I already looked.
This is going to be
How long does
6 points of psychic damage.
How many?
6 points.
I am down.
Okay.
Fearne falls to the ground unconscious. She can teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the target.
Oh, this is some more life.
What?
Oh,
No!
And with the second attack, it's going to go ahead and strike you.
That's 2 death saves.
What is happening?
That's 2.
Auto crits, that's 2 death saves.
What is happening?
Are you about to die? Is she about to die?
Maybe.
What is happening to our campaign?
Maybe. It's okay.
Here for it.
I think I have a healing potion still, because I had 2 or 3 at one point. I am going to start pouring it into Fearne's mouth. That's an action, right?
It's an action to administer it to an unconscious figure.
I do that, and then I step over her and hold up my shield and give her an additional 2.
Oh.
So now, finishing your turn, you're over her body on the ground, shield out. You're conscious on the ground, prone. Your voice is returned. What are you going to do?
Scorching Ray. 20.
20 hits.
Okay.
You're never getting that.
The second one is 17.
17 misses.
Okay. 4 points of damage. I'm not gonna roll.
Points of fire damage. Okay. Third one.
Natural 1.
I'm gonna
Last one.
Natural 19.
Okay, that definitely hits. Roll it.
6 points of damage.
6 points of fire damage.
God, that was such a shit.
Yes, Fearne. How do you want to do this? That fire blast took him down to only 10 hit points. He used it 4 than 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, is that main?
Was that the prime? Was that the prime?
Main.
Okay.
Holy
I'm
no
just gonna.
fucking way.
I'm just gonna get up on my knees and my I can't do this. I can't make this cool. I just shoot him out from force.
Okay, so standing up there at the top, you see lording in the red light, the shadow version of you that's kind of taunted the exterior, the very fair edge of your dreams and nightmares cackling up above. Takes one big breath and you watch as this like low, dull, glowing crack kind of begins to splinter throughout before it shatters like a white hot mirror into 1,000 pieces on top, just scattering out and plummeting to the ground. That finish your turn?
Yes, it does.
At
Yes,
the end
it
of
does.
At the end of your turn, the shadow Fearne just
Yeah. You stinker.
in the midst of this heavy breathing, adrenaline pumping, quiet.
Fuck, did you survive that?
I just roll on my back.
Not done.
Fuck!
I start straining my ears for that.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Daddy's
Still watching? You think he went away?
And you glance
go home for
up
pay-per-view.
as the edge of this rock surface seems to shift. And you notice the chameleon color change
Oh, it's the mouth.
of the massive fey dragon form of Glomglut that was just perched across, that had changed the color of its body and wings to blend in with the surroundings. Now stands up and kind of like looks down at the two of you as you see Sorrow Lord Atheon Zathuda on its mount just clapping.
As I stand up, I'm gonna stand in front of Laura.
You are capable of greatness, Fearne. Why do you insist on shackling yourself to low-born sheep? Why do you cling to shreds of morality when your heart screams to be free and take what you wish? You will emerge your true self. You are my child. And I know our nature. You hold it back, but it's fighting to be set free. Ludinus' vanguard can fall to dust. Saminar and their court legacy can crumble for all I care. Let Zathuda blood become the devourer of gods. May you take what is rightfully yours and cast to ash my disappointment in you. Embrace your essence. Step into your destiny. I'll be watching.
As Glomglut takes to the sky, screeching up above, the sunrise light now beginning to show a peaking bright orange, threatening to break through. At that same time, shortly after that screech, you hear bells begin to ring from the fortress across the way. The rest of you, as you're climbing over the wall, hear that screech up in the sky above.
Oh, no, that's
and
not-
immediately the soldiers start, in the sky! Attacking dragon! Dragon! Bells going off, people starting to mount ballista, and you watch as Glomglat begins to just circle above where you are. As it does, you begin to hear the sounds of ballista being let loose. Into the ground about 15 feet from where you stand.
Oh, shit. We better go.
Yeah, maybe closer to the wall, closer to the wall.
All right.
You begin to see your friends kind of up on the wall as all of you begin to see now. Fearne and Orm approaching, looking a bit harried. Fearne looking in a rough place.
Hey!
What happened?
Oh, we came as quick as we heard.
Oh God, you look like shit.
Yeah.
Feel like it.
Very good.
I'm gonna come straight up to her and put my arm on her shoulder. Are you okay? And then as I do that, she's gonna feel a little warmth in my hand, and I'll cast Cure Wounds for sure.
So, Daddy's here.
What did he want?
Well, he spoke a lot of honeyed words. He wants to recruit her. And it sounds like from the way he was talking that he could give a fuck about Ludinus or any of the others.
Well, he never got along with Odahan.
He's making a play for himself. He wants to use Fearne.
My mom says she's not with Ludinus. Your dad says he's not with Ludinus. Every man out for themselves.
Well, you know, I'm a deep believer in judging somebody by the company they keep, so.
Exactly.
It's also not a bad thing. The more fractured they are,
The weaker they are.
Yeah. Good point.
One more time, what's a Ludinus?
Oh, sweet.
Sorry, Dorian.
we'll fill in Dorian as we head back towards the tent.
As the two who are worse for wear from the recent encounter finish off the rest of their evening's rest, the rest of you take the time in the early morning to fill Dorian in with some of the more complicated details of the Ruby Vanguard, Ludinus Deleth, what has transpired and what is to come. As the sunrise in the early morning warmth begins to take the Hellcatch Valley, what would you like to do?
I think we fill everyone in on what's happening, on what we found.
Yeah, and
We find out from Everoa more about the plans. She mentioned Aor, right? That's where Ludinus is right now.
That's right.
Yeah, I think.
We have to tell everyone.
And I want to get a better sense of what everyone here, the Tempest, all of them intend to do next, so maybe we can call a meeting.
Yeah.
As you approach the guard, they kind of take note, and one of them steps forward. There is a meeting, but how is it important to speak to the council?
Very.
It is if you could tell the Tempest that our Savior Blade and his circle are here.
Very well. He steps inside behind the cloak. It's a brief little whisper. Returns. You may enter. You can see the large table itself is spread out, and present indeed is Keyleth, voice of the Tempest. You also see Tofor Brotoras and Key Mandozi. Good morning, you all. I'm happy to see that you're recovering from your journey.
Had a little action last night.
So I heard there was a perimeter incursion.
Yeah, how much do you know other than the creature that was in the sky? Do you know the individual?
I understand that is the Sorrowlord, an alliance between Seminar and the Unseelie. It has indeed been confirmed. We're uncertain as to the reasoning why, other than maybe just perimeter scouting, but nevertheless, the Unseelie are, by nature, mercurial and layered in their plots. The fact that it was so overt gives me pause.
That is, my dad.
Your father?
Yes.
It's a recent discovery.
I didn't know this.
Tofor leans in a little bit.
You've neglected to let us know that your father is one of the higher members of the Ruby Vanguard.
It's a recent discovery.
And you didn't ask.
Yeah.
You spoke with... You're why he was here.
Yes.
Okay.
He tried to murder her last night.
Yeah.
In so many ways. He was testing me. But he was saying many things, like something to do with a hallowed cage. I don't know if any of this is ringing a bell.
They'll kind of look at each other.
Where to start?
They want to wake up Predathos, right? And what we've gathered is that they want to channel that divinity into some of the more exalted of the Ruidusborn. And
they've alluded to trying to find the right potential person to be the vessel for Predathos.
There's also a renewed sense of urgency. Seems like their timetables have all moved up. We encountered the 5 Mayans while we were on the moon. We've seen division among their ranks. I don't think we have as much time as we think we do.
We are in the process of gathering many of our esteemed allies. Numerous champions have been gathering across Exandria to the various divine, and I think we have a shot.
What's the plan?
Well, that is going to require us to take some of the information that you found and see how many of our friends are not caught up in the rest of the mounting chaos around Exandria. Keyleth kind of leans forward a bit. We are still challenged to gather all of our resources as the numerous magical bindings that were undone in the wake of the solstice have let loose a countless number of dark magics and long-forgotten evils that have been wantonly tearing through each and every countryside. Inevitably, another part of Ludinus's plan to distract and divide us. Now, this Everoa had spoken of Ludinus having dealings in Isocross.
Did we bring back did we already show you the,
No. I have it. And I'll start to open the bag of holding and pull out a section of the machinery that we took from the workshop.
And they'll kind of inspect it closely, and Keyleth nods, and you can see that the Myth-Taker key kind of looking very curiously across it.
Now, this is very, quite majestic design. More than I've ever quite myself, well, I would love to think one day I could be as good a crafter of enchantments than what this is that you present before me, but this is, damaged as it is, magnificent.
according to Everoa, she said he's been researching and trying to gather things from Eeyore.
And do you believe he might possibly still be there?
Yes. It seems to be a place of focus for them. There were numerous pieces of machinery like this.
I know of a few that have done some research there. Let me reach out and see if there's... Just a moment. And she reaches into her cloak, and you see she pulls out a particular stone and kind of steps away from the table for a bit, steps back from the shadows. The individual that I know who has some personal experience with Isocross and the ruins of Eeyore is in the midst of an important mission that they have yet to complete. But they said they can send another individual, an archivist of some kind, they said to look for, who has also researched these ruins. Said it shouldn't be too long. If you wish to step up to this one, it'll have to be quick. It'll have to be soon. So, she looks at the rest of the current council there. Tofor kind of sits up, arms crossed.
I'll be honest. I wasn't sure what to think of you when you first arrived. That wouldn't be the first time a series of scrappy fuck-ups have left me with more respect than I anticipated.
So are you wanting us to go to Aor?
I think that's what they're saying, Magna.
And if hypothetically we encounter Ludinus,
Stop him. Slow him. Squeeze what information you can out of him and keep safe.
God.
Do not do anything that you'll regret. Do not do anything to put yourself in more danger than is necessary. And do not let him take either of you.
Yeah.
With all due respect, fuck you guys. It's incredible to me that you would send, to use your words, a group of fuck-ups and send us to the moon, no backup. We see things that none of you have ever seen. Encountered the 5 mines, seen Predathos, blue glass, species that have never been seen on Exandria, and then we're gonna go after Ludinus to some city named Aor by ourselves, and it's stop him, good luck, but don't risk too much. I'll say this much. Whoever you're talking to, whoever the decision makers are, that should come through us. We've paid in blood and bone and metal. And we have more answers than it seems you do down here. You should check in with all of us. We're the keepers of knowledge, not you. It's not the other way around.
There's a pause at the table before Tofor kind of leans forward. The scaled muscles flexing beneath the armor.
We appreciate what you have done, but so many others are out there fighting their own fights. You haven't seen with your own eyes the terrifying release of Kaforda, as it has devoured half of the Turst fields and the people within. You haven't seen the various towers that have fallen in the wake of these magical shackles released, ancient shadows, devouring children and women alike. Everyone is fighting individual fights. We have only asked of you what you seem to be best suited for and tied to. And at no point have we forced you to do that.
Keyleth leans in. He's not wrong. He's not wrong, Tofor. And perhaps I should be a little more clear. And I do apologize. Being in a position of leadership for as long as I've been, and having to have made many hard decisions in my time with little time to consider, can sometimes make you feel a little hard. You're not wrong. And I'm sorry.
I appreciate the apology. But sometimes it's important to see how someone reacts to a push. I also want to know how expendable we are to you. And I can see the heart behind your words. So, not so hard after all.
She smiles.
To Jenny's point, the last time that we encountered Ludinus, he threw an airship at us.
You could walk away any moment and none of us would blame you.
No, you don't understand. Listen, I came off hard because, again, I wanted to see what your reaction would be. We would be lobbying you for this opportunity. We have a score to settle. We've lost people. we're incentivized. But it's always good to know where the leverage is. It's very easy to become the lowest common denominator very quickly.
It's about this time there's a bit of commotion outside, and the kind of tent door opens. The guard on the outside goes,
Members of the Accord, there is an arrival here. It says they were sent by a widow guest.
and the door opens, and you see a figure step in, a human figure. Looks like male human in his 40s, shaggy blonde gray hair, like a chin strap beard, deep set green eyes, kind of wearing bundled, slightly too big travel robes and a shoulder pack. Who steps in?
I'm sorry to bother all of you. My name is Seth Domade. I am an archivist of the Cobalt Soul. I was sent by a friend to help.
You have knowledge of Aor?
Yes, it has been of particular interest to me and two other archivists over the past decade or so, since the ruins have been in conflict between the Dwendalian Empire and the Kryn Dynasty. A number of artifacts and various rumors have been swirling about, and for a brief time it was available for research.
Oh.
What are we doing? I don't know what exactly...
Oh,
Keyleth kind of goes,
Thank you very much, Archivist Domade. Indeed, I appreciate you coming on such short notice. These are Bell's Hells. They are powerful, strong-hearted, and to be deeply respected champions of the Exandrian Accord.
Bingo.
So what do you need from me?
Your knowledge.
Yeah, we probably need to know how to get to this place.
What to expect when we're there.
Where to start looking.
If you know anything about Ludinus, obviously, that'd be good to know.
I know of him. He is the highest archmage of the Cerberus Assembly. And as of late, the Assembly has abandoned the Empire, more or less. It seems that him and a number of members have, withdrawn? If the Cerberus Assembly is challenging to trust, given that many of them are believed to be aligned with the Ruby Vanguard and Ludinus, or secretly aiding his business, that definitely challenges the options of who he can speak to that might know more about what they are doing there and where he might be within. That being said, I believe there is one member, at the very least, that might be available for interrogation.
And who would this individual be?
Best I tell you along the way.
All right.
Right.
Domade, if you would allow them to gather their things and, I guess, be their escort to the level in which you are comfortable.
Where are we off to now? Not Aor right now. We're going to find this assembly member?
Yes, I believe I know where one might be. And the less that we speak of it, the less chance there is of them somehow knowing.
Wow. All right.
Keyleth approaches you.
And where are you off to?
I'm off to traverse the length and breadth of Exandria. I have a few friends to stop at, some acquaintances to speak to, and some challenged adversaries to request their assistance.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
She takes her staff and kind of knocks it on the ground a bit, and her mantle, the cloak, kind of spreads out behind her. The colored leaves, the ombre kind of fade of them kind of dragging behind.
Not that basic.
She tightens one of the belts on her leather travel armor and gives a nod.
Good luck to you all, and wish me luck.
Get some sleep.
Once this is over. And she steps out of the tent into the light of day and treks off as the wind kind of gently carries after her.
Is Seth still in the tent?
Yes.
Seth's kind of gathering his sack and stuff that he set down, puts on his shoulder strap, kind of rearranges his cloak a little bit and turns to the rest of you.
I will need you all to gather with me, please, quickly.
Close enough. Reaches into a component pouch, pulls out a few things into the hand, flicks, looks at the rest of you, begins to like draw a sigil through the air, plucks a center part of the sigil, and you see as they pull, sort of this shape begins to form like a loose, it looks like a map almost, in the middle, like a glyph that begins to show almost like streets. And as they go ahead and pull it, they release it. It flicks into place, and then all of you feel yourself being pulled towards it. As you blink naturally, as your chest and sternum begin to like pull like a vacuum towards it, you blink and then you go back onto your back heels, and you are now in the middle of a street. You are in a completely different location.
Cool.
That is
All these
so
amazing spells being shown recently.
Chet, you can do that? Can't you do that?
I mean, I did it in my 200s, but I kind of try and mix it up a little bit.
Here you stand amongst the streets of the Innerstead sprawl of Zadash. There is some damage to the city. Some of the rooftops look burned or partially collapsed, and you can see bits of gray, black, and white smoke from somewhere else beyond the skyline that you can see in the immediate vicinity. Quickly looking around, you can see that there is a somewhat tense air to the people that live here. People are going about their business still, but there's not like jovial walking and conversation. We should not dilly-dally. We do not want to draw the attention of the Crown's Guard.
Do you know what happened here? What this smoke is
I
from?
do not. I have not been to Zadash in some time. But if I am to assume, like many places, something or someone was freed or had long been waiting for the right moment to strike.
Oh.
It's been a lot of opportunity for those who have been patient.
Well, you know more than we do. Lead the way.
Where exactly are we going?
We are heading to past the Gilded Willows and the Silken Terrace. It's a small business where I believe this individual is hiding. When I say do not panic, I need you to grab this individual and try and hold them and keep them restrained.
All right.
Should we succeed, there will not be a fight. And you approach the outside of a modestly sized shop, thatched roof, textured purple curtains in the windows, flanking the entryway, where above a sign hangs displaying the name of the establishment in beautiful cursive writing, Chastity's Nook.
Oh my gosh.
What's it called?
The Chastity's Nook!
Well, try to be respectful, do not gawk too much, and, if possible, do not maintain too much conversation with the proprietor.
Good luck on that.
Gawk at what?
As you kind of begin to step within the interior, the first thing that catches you, barrage of scents. There are a number of, the smell of scented candles that have mixed, like a terrifying Sephora hammer has struck you in the face. There are oils and incense. And as you peruse like the initially long entryway, you can see there are all manner of interesting knickknacks and keepsakes and very gaudy furniture and decorative objects that line the interior. There are tapestries that hang, and the further in you walk, the more nudity that seems to be present on them.
Oh.
A woman in her 50s or so, kind of mousy, brownish hair that kind of falls in a heavy lock of curls, big glasses on her face, kind of steps up. Hello. Glad we have possible clients within. Pleasure. My name is Eva. How can I be of service to you?
We're here for the porn.
Love it.
The special books are this way, if that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Of course. We've been bought out of many of our specialties. Times of tumultuous events, people seem to want a lot of escapism. So, but we do have some classic standbys. We have here the few copies of Enchanting Tryst at our disposal. Fine Shallow Breaths. There's the Emerald Kiss.
Great one.
Spirited Succulence. The Gale and the Raven, that's a newer one. There's also Tusk Love is a classic of ours. I have one copy left. At this point, Seth steps forward, taking his glasses off. Do you have other employees that work for you? And Ivor goes, oh, yes. Actually, Irma should be in the back book room if you want to speak with her. She's just arranging the remaining stock. Irma? You hear a voice back. Yes? Irma, we have some prospective clients here. They're looking for some good old-fashioned smut, it seems. Could you please give them a hand? I think you can just go talk with her. If you need anything, let me know. And she goes and sits back down and picks up a book that she was already partway in through and kind of finds her place and begins reading. Stepping through curtain to the back in the far corner on a stool, you see a female half-elf and probably what looks like her mid-20s or so, like curly, dirty blonde hair that kind of surrounds her head like a frame, like an archway almost. There's round, rosy cheeks, kind of like a loose peasant blouse, and she's also in the midst of reading a book and looks up. Welcome. Is there anything I can do for you? Seth stands there, looks at the rest of you. Bren says his regards. You see the Irma figure kind of looks forward, kind of frozen in place, and there's this just tension, this kind of standoff energy that fills the room. Seth then goes, please do not panic.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I swipe my hand along the chisel and I reach out and I'm going to use Blood Curse of Binding on her and try and bind her to the spot.
She immediately stands to her feet and the magic just kind of and flickers off the front of her chest. This young girl is moving with...
I'm just going to instantly say freeze. And I'm going to cast command.
Yeah, it's a natural 13 and a high.
So I am rushing...
Shoots it off.
I'm rushing with rage. I'm taking the hammer and I'm pushing with the hilt against the wall and then hitting the rod. To use the hammer to pin her her flat to the wall.
So we're going to consider that a grapple.
Yep.
You go ahead and pin her up against the wall and click it in. As you do, she says now she whispers under her breath and moves her hand and is going to begin casting a spell.
Counterspell. This is what I wanted to hold.
I need you to go ahead and make a d20 roll with your charisma modifier. It is a 7th level spell.
21.
21, that's enough to do it. As she begins to make her hand maneuver in a similar way as Seth did in the spell that brought you here to Zadash, you begin to see a familiar kind of teleportation ritual beginning marked from her hand, like she's about to just get out of here, and you manage to throw your own magical weave into the center of her casting, and the sigil that her hands make just gets tangled and dissipates.
I have nothing on me, but I just shuffle around in my pockets and pull out a handful of what looks like dust. Just go, and it's ruby dust, and I am gonna cast 7th level evocation Force Cage.
What's your back on?
Yeah.
She is going to attempt to counterspell your Force Cage. Wizard battle!
Let's go! Let's go!
That's going to be... It's going to be an 18 total.
Fuck.
I am going to cast telekinesis and try to hold her body restrained.
She's going to attempt to start casting something else under her hands. At this point, Seth hasn't gone. Seth kind of gives a deep sigh and brings hands forward, grabs a small bead of energy, pulls it across, and then releases with a hand grasp a blast of energy that emerges. The first thing that happens is your hammer just falls to the ground.
What?
Your telekinesis fades.
What?
All magical items in your presence all just falls to the ground as an anti-magic field fills the chamber. She's still grappled by your, like falls to the ground and finishes an incantation just as the illusion casts off her body. And you see as she puts her hand forward, the 20-something half-elf visage now fades into a human woman in her 40s. Kind of slicked back, dirty blonde hair, a large scar that runs down the side of her face, and heavy burn marks across her neck. She's adorned in ornate, form-fitting clothing under a sleek, dark green cloak. And as she releases her hands, nothing happens. The minute that happens, you kind of rush and grab and hold her in place and muscle her. The minute that happens, you look back to Seth, who is no longer Seth. Instead, you see a dark elf of shoulder length, somewhat wavy white hair, purple eyes, and stoic expression. You see he wears flowing black robes that fall from under an intricate silver shine mantle.
Yes! Yes!
And where his feet touch the ground, you see him kind of step up a bit, now able to shed the...
Danny Carr is exploding.
To shed the illusion. Bells Hells, I am Essek Thalis, allied to the Exandrian Concord, an enemy to Ludinus the Leth.
And genuine hot boy!
This is Astrid Beck, Archmage of Civil Influence of the Dundalian Empire, successor to Trent Ickathon and member of the Cerberus Assembly. Astrid spits in the ground. I am no successor to him. I am his usurper. To where Essek kind of lifts his chin. Well, regardless, I think it's time we have a conversation. And that's rolling tonight.
Oh, shit! Shoulder length hair.